It is Monday, August 1st in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
And we have a brand new month to dive into. We got a favorite player prop, game pick, no one first inning, and our hit streak props coming your guys' way.
Guys, it's as Austin mentioned, new month. So what better time than going down real quick, hitting that subscribe button if you already aren't subbed. Austin and I are going to finish out August really well. This is going to be a great month for this community, and we can't grow without you guys. So also drop a like on this video. Hopefully more people can see it.
And we'll have an incentive for you to hit that subscribe button in 2 seconds. Let's hop into a recap because we want to recap all of July. Always be transparent with you all. Now, yesterday we ended with the 2-in-1 day. I sold again, man. I can't cash a winner. I've been selling bad info. Twins had their chances, just didn't want to get it done. Our hit streak props both extend. So I'm on day 3. Logan's on day 6 today. So we'll talk about that in a second. And then we obviously want to recap all of July. We were 13-8 on props. Didn't bet out a lot of props, but we were profitable in those. Logan, great job on the game picks. You've been on a heater. I'm curious what you got today. And then Nerfy Nation. Up again in this month. We had obviously we had the All-Star break, and I think we had one postponed, which is why we don't have 31. But great month overall, 8.72 units, up now 19.7 on the year. Let's try to double that in August. Let's get hot at the right time, and I think we can do that. Now, like I said, we have an incentive today because all of August we're doing something new, and we're going to donate 10 cents for every single subscriber we gain. So just go down below, hit that subscribe button. Boom, we're going to donate 10 cents to a charity. And I don't really know what charity you guys want us to donate to. So let us know your favorite charities down below if you have a reason why. If you see a charity that you really like in the comments, hit that like button on that comment so we know who you guys want us to donate the money to. Really excited to do this, guys, for everyone. It's been a really cool thing we've been looking forward to do for August. So hit that subscribe button. We're going to donate 10 cents. So we hit 1,000 subscribers this month. We're going to donate over $100 to charities at the end of August. So I think it's a really cool thing we can do for the community, kind of build it and give back to different communities in the world. But also we have 2 new COS All-Stars, Ben Dallas and Marlo. Thank you guys all so much for hitting that, supporting the channel, hitting that join button. And also, like I said, donate. We can donate some money. So Logan, what do you have for the people today?
Yeah, well, kind of piggybacking off your point, like, I mean, the whole subscribers and everything. Look, blow up Calling Our Shot to the moon, and we'll give out a lot of money. As you mentioned, 1,000 subscribers is nothing with these guys. I mean, we could get 10,000 subscribers. It wouldn't surprise me during August.
Yeah, I think the most we ever gained was like 5,000 or 6,000 in 1 month, and that would be $500. Look, I would love to donate over $500 to charity. That would be absolutely awesome. So go make it happen. Send it to all your friends. Tell them to subscribe to COS. We got a lot of fun videos, like obviously our podcast every single week. We got NFL content coming around. I don't know if we'll do any preseason videos, but the content's not going to be stopping. And NBA season's right around the corner. So there's a lot of good reasons to hit that subscribe button. But let's waste no more time. Let's hop into it. Let's bring out these brooms today.
Yeah, real quick. Let's start August off great. And we're starting in the Royals versus White Sox game. And I'm taking the under 4.5, first 5 total runs. Currently plus 100 odds is your best odds on DraftKings, as Austin's pulling up on Odds Gym right here. I mean, this is how I find the best value. Look, if I can get plus value on this one, I'll go ahead and do it. Now, let's start with the 2 starting pitchers and how their first 5 totals have fared, right? Brad Keller, first 5 totals against the White Sox, 0 and 3 runs allowed, right? And Michael Kopech, first 5 totals in his start versus the Royals, 2 runs allowed. The first 5 total went under in all 3 games that these 2 pitchers, faced these respective teams. So I'm feeling good on that. None of them have had the catastrophic blowout. And look, if each of them, gives up 2 or 3 runs in a start, that's not catastrophic. That's not going to cash this over. You need both teams to score consistently, right? Now let's start talking about Keller, right? 2.67 ERA versus the White Sox and a 0.79 whip versus the White Sox. I love the whip, right? He's a pitcher that's pretty steady Eddie. He shows that control. And he should be able to get out these White Sox hitters. They don't have great splits versus Keller, right? Garcia is 11 for 33, batting 333 versus him. He's the best hitter, that has actually faced Keller and absolutely smoked him. Now Jose Abreu, 8 for 38, 211 versus Keller, and Tim Anderson, 7 for 32, 219 versus Keller. Look, this White Sox offense, if they're not all, getting on base, there's no hit parades, they really struggle to score runs. And especially at home, White Sox 26th in OPS at home, 19th in batting average at home. This is an offense that I really don't trust at all to score at home. And for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but they just haven't been consistent enough. And until they're that consistent and just turning into a juggernaut, I'm feeling great about the under. Now on the other side, we got Michael Kopech starting 3.6 ERA and a 1.40 whip versus Kansas City in his one start versus them. The whip is pretty high. It's in that sort of danger zone. But if you look at his starts at home, Kopech 1.05 whip at home. He tends to be less erratic. If you ever watched Kopech, first of all, he's got the ponytail tucked up under his hat. He's a fun pitcher to watch because he throws really hard, throws really fast. Now that can sometimes lead to him being a little erratic and walking a few hitters. But if he's dialed in, these Kansas City hitters might not know what hit him, right? Now, I pulled their splits versus Kopech, right? Perez and Merrifield, 1-for-9, batting 111 versus him. Michael A. Taylor, 0-for-6. And Bobby Witt Jr., 0-for-2. He's questionable tonight too, right? He might not even play, and I don't know who this Royals lineup's going to look like. Might not look all too well. Against the Yankees, they were able to put up some hits and runs, but I think this is their kind of come back down to earth moment. After losing Benintendi and everything. Kansas City also 23rd in runs, 22nd in hits, 23rd in OPS, and 15th in strikeouts on the road. So those are all really back of the pack offensive numbers on the road. And their Ks actually go up from 8th to 15th on the road. So normally they're a pretty, a top 10 team in not striking out, but that goes to about middle of the pack on the road. Kopech, being a strikeout specialist, should be able to have his way. There's a lot of signs pointing me to the under in this one, and that's why I'm taking the under in the first 5. But Austin, what do we got today?
Yeah, well, we're going to keep going with these hit streak props. We've hit each of our picks in the last 2 days. But Logan, you're moving on to day 6, and you're going to Starling Marte of the Mets, -360. Pretty juiced, but probably juiced for a reason. He got the day off yesterday. Bet you he comes back and gets a hit today. So hopefully you can go to day 7. You've been on a great run. I'm going to go back to a guy that hurt me good a couple days ago, DJ LeMahieu. I'm taking out the Yankees, going up against Marco Gonzalez. I really do think he's got a good chance of getting a hit. And so do the Bucks at -310. Obviously, if you look at his game logs, he's had 2+ hits in the last 2 games. And then his third most recent game, he didn't have a hit. I wonder which one I picked him in. But I still think Mr. LeMahieu can get us a hit. But moving on to my player prop of the day, I'm going to the Texas Rangers and Orioles game. I'm taking John Gray, the starter for the Rangers, over 6.5 strikeouts, -122 on FanDuel Sportsbook. Now, I'm going to also pull up the odds for if you want to ladder John Gray. I don't ever have good success with the ladder. Normally when I don't do it, they normally do ladder the Ks. So I'm not going to do it today. So hopefully he does get 10+ Ks, makes this a no sweat bet. You can see the odds on the screen. I'm going to get 10+ Ks, it's +600. Now, let's look at his last 6 starts. He's at 8, 5, 9, 8, 7, and 8K. So he's hit this in 5 of the last 6. And this is a pretty decent matchup at home against this Orioles team. Now, like I said, he's been pitching pretty well at home. It's well recently and pretty well at home. In fact, you look at his most recent start, all season, 4-0 record at home, averaging just a 2.93 ERA and 12.3 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is a remarkable number. You look at 2 guys that just went up against the Orioles, the last 2 starters, you had Lodolo and Malley, both put up 7 Ks versus Baltimore. I don't want to be as sweaty, but we know K props are pretty sharp. So if he just wants to land on 7, I can deal with that too. We look at Gray, 77th percentile K percentage, and then a 70th percentile chase rate. I think a 65th percentile whiff rate. So we look at the Orioles hitters. We know over the last 30 days, this team that has some guys that are going to strike out a good amount. Mancini, Mountcastle, Hayes, Mateo, all above 21% strikeout percentage over the last 30 days. They do have some guys that haven't been striking out a ton, like maybe Mullins and Rutschman, but still do think, I know Ryan Mountcastle, we love him here. I know he's swinging at everything. So I think we'll see Gray at least pitch pretty well. I don't think this Orioles team is going to put up a ton of runs. They're underdogs here. I don't think they're giving out free money on the Orioles as underdogs. So I really do like John Gray. I think he can get it done. 7 Ks, it's a little bit of a lofty number, but I do think John Gray has it in him. He's been doing it consistently, and he's arguably one of the better pitchers the Rangers have to trot out there. So I'm very confident in Mr. John Gray getting us at least 7 Ks, and that's what we're going to be rolling with. But let's move on. It's a new month, Logan, but that doesn't mean Nerfy Nation's going anywhere. Absolutely not. Grab those flags if you're not a COS All-Star. Go become one. You just want to hit that subscribe button. We'd appreciate that. We'll donate 10 cents at the end of the month just for hitting that red button. Today, and I know we're going to have some haters on this one, Logan, and I don't blame them, but you know what? We're going Mets Nationals. No one first inning, -118 on FanDuel Sportsbook. Look, who's pitching for the Nationals? It's going to be Patrick Corbin. And I know people always want to fade Corbin, but look, this is a short slate of MLB games, and there's nothing more. If I came up and I woke up late for the video this morning, Logan, I would have woke up and said, I'm just betting on the Mets. The Mets are going to be a big, big, big favorite today, and they're going to be bet by almost everyone. Everyone in their money line parlays is going to have the Mets. And so I think Corbin's going to pitch pretty decently here today. He is 12-8 on Nerfy's. Not great, but has dialed it in at home. 8-2 at Nerfy's at home. We're looking at the guys he's probably going to go up against. Nimmo, just batting 217 against him. Lindor, 261. Vogelbach, he batted in the 4 slot yesterday. I think he goes to the 5th slot today. So not necessarily, but he could be the guy that comes up with 2 outs, 2 on. He's going to have to be the one to get a hit, and he's 0 for 2 against Corbin. Look, we understand, Corbin's not been the best pitcher all year, but I think he's going to dial in today. You look at the Mets, 17th in batting average versus lefties, 19th versus lefties. I mean, this is a team that really has struggled versus lefties all year long, and while Corbin has decent numbers against them, people are just going to be so quick to fade Corbin. Take the Mets team total over in the first 5, over in the full game. I don't think it's that easy. You see time and time again that Corbin might step up. We also see the Mets are 6th in first inning runs. It's also worth noting Corbin failed to get out of the first inning in his last start. I think he dials in here. But I think Corbin might be able to get me those first 3 outs. Hopefully the next guy can get us those other 3 outs, Logan.
Yeah, I don't want to call anything a lock, but Max Scherzer's been the closest thing to it in Nerfy's, right? 12-1. We know Mad Max has been amazing. So he should be able to hold it down. Washington is a decent first inning run team, right? 9th in first inning runs. But look, it's Mad Max, right? He should be able to shut them down. There's 2 of their hitters that probably will be batting in the first 4-ish, right? Cesar Hernandez, 216 versus Max Scherzer. Juan Soto's only seen him twice, but he's 0 for 2 for what that matters. The over/under set to 8 in this game, and I honestly think this one is going under. Everyone just assumes Patrick Corbin's just 6 ERA gonna blow up, right? Corbin. Bad. Nats bullpen, bad. This game's just soaring over the total. Well, you know what? That's just simply not how baseball works, or usually that's not how it works. I don't think they're giving out free money on the Mets today. And look, Austin, I think it just comes down to, can Corbin get us 3 outs? I really do trust Scherzer to get us 3 outs. And these Nerfies, you need a lot of luck. So maybe Patrick Corbin's got the horseshoe, today, and maybe we're gonna cash. Let's start August off right, though. Let's buy.
Yeah, we had a great July, so we're relying on Patrick Corbin today. There was another one we did consider, Marlins Reds. We do not have a line for that one this morning, so don't mind that one if you want to pivot to it. That's the first game on the slate. This should be the second one. So Corbin, we're counting on you today, and in fact, we're just trying to segue into our parlay of the day because we're counting on Corbin there too. We're taking Astros -1.5 and the Nationals +2.5. Yes, that is how big of favorites the Mets are. That you can get Nationals +2.5 at only like -130 juice on BetMGM. Like whenever you get a team favored by 2.5 runs, I'm not going to say they don't cover too often, but they don't cover all too often. So it's hard to beat a team by 3. I think this is a good parlay. We're going to be relying on it. +265. We did cash our last parlay of the day on Friday. You want to read our write-up full, hit that Odds Jam link at the top of the description. But Logan, that's going to wrap it up. Just a reminder, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. We'll donate 10 cents. We'll tally it all up at the end of August. At the beginning of August, we're at 35,092 subscribers. So let's make that 100,000 and I might go broke. But either way, we're going to keep getting into it. We appreciate you guys always for tuning in. And Austin, Logan, we'll catch you guys again Tuesday.